In today's VOD, we review an Oracle Vyper. We talk a lot about spacing and overextending when you're coming into a bad fight or when you're taking a bad fight from a bad angle, and then just generally how you want to space different characters and predict different characters with their abilities and such. And then in the laning stage, we also talk a bit about just, making sure you get those boxes and camps. So, hope you enjoy.
You should start making your way towards shop. When you get a deny on first wave, actually it might be, I think no, it's 2 denies. You got 2 denies on first wave. It's super rare, but it's also super impactful because you get your item before then. What you should do after that first wave is run to your shop and buy, because then you have an ability and buy on the enemies on the second wave, and you can really look for an aggressive trade. Or to aggressively poke them down because you're so much stronger than them. But not only the item, not only the ability, but also the boon power just from having one extra, I guess, quote-unquote level. This is fine. I mean, like, you're doing good trading. This is not a positive trade for them. You're also just slowly weaseling down for denies. I would focus the deny to our right instead of the minion there. Whenever they kill a minion, like, on your side of bridge, it's especially impactful to look at that solar, because so many times the solar will like spawn in a way that the bridge blocks them off from shooting it, and it's just, I mean, literally free souls for you. And you can shoot that minion, it's not like you're, obviously you want to push wave, but it's not like you'll lose. You'll lose a lot less than you could gain from the deny by just waiting like 2 seconds to shoot the orb. It's great aggression, yep, wow. Obliterated, okay. We still haven't bought though, which is really bad. I doubt we're saving for rescue beam, and that's the only excusable reason you could have not bought at this point. I guess no, Vyper wouldn't even save for Tesla. But it's like the 2 items, tier 3s you can actually save for, like level 1, and it's not troll. Opening rounds? Okay. I respect that. Very strong item to push your advantage. I think it feels like rock, paper, scissors. I mean, not really. I don't know. Laning, I mean, I don't really enjoy laning, but it's just very, like, more micro intensive. And obviously there's macro with, like, I mean, kind of just avoiding minion poke and knowing when you can trade with your wave, and also when you can do boxes. Like, I feel like it's a lot more micro intensive than any other point in the game. So if you're a macro heavy player like myself, it can definitely be your weakest point. Okay. I feel like I'm having like a weird, like, I think something's wrong with the stream, but everything looks fine. I got everything off screen. I'm recording. We're good. Also, at this point, like, right now, you have, what, 2 minions in their tower? I think they just killed one. You don't really have kill potential on them because they're both full HP. You maybe get a little poke. It's much more impactful for you just to do a box route. Especially because you're Vyper, you still they're pretty fast. Calico is really the only character that can outclass you in boxing. Like, I would just go back. I'm going to show the box routes. I would just go back. You could do like these 3. Sometimes I grab that urn down there, grab these 2 for a little quick one, grab this little base on the way back. Or, I really love that I can't pause and move around, so I have to manually do this. Or, if the game will function and not crash, you can do, I mean, there's a box route. I think the next most impactful box route is just grabbing these 3, grabbing these 2. If you want, you can come back and grab all this, but this is obviously a much more extended box route that you couldn't do in this window, but it is a very strong box route. Anyway. Let's see where you're at. Instead, you've done, I mean, maybe 10% of each of their HP, and taken like 10% in turn. You're still in their boxes, which is really good. This is pretty aggressive. Are you going to miss minions? I guess they are hard shoving. But yeah, okay, you actually don't miss minions for this, wow. I mean, good run. Very pixel perfect timing. Also very risky, but like, I wouldn't. It's pretty risky to wrap back this way. It's kind of like an Oracle thing where you're in Oracle, so they probably aren't going to realize or collapse on you. But in higher elo, for 1, they should be doing that box route, and then for 2, they should like probably hear you doing that box route. And both of them should cut you off, so you probably want to route out more safe. Like, route out through their basement camp and then come all the way around. Even though it's a little slower, it is significantly safer than routing into their face. Okay, I guess you just evaporated 7. Nice. Your aim is really good, though. Honestly, I didn't realize how strong your aim is. I mean, there's a lot. Like, right now, you should definitely be sliding. I was gonna say, like, that poke on Infernus, it's excusable not to slide, but you still probably should be sliding, but especially when shooting tower, you should be sliding. Like as Vyper, 99% of the time you're shooting, your control button should be held down. I like doing box routes, so it's really hard when I do it my lane partner dies. I mean, yeah, sometimes people are just idiots, but you know, you gotta, if you calm to them like you're saying you are, and they just do that, it's whatever. They can like have their die as much as they want. It's not really on you. As long as you're going when you're not missing minions and you're calming, it's not on you. I mean, he dies again, right? No, really. I guess you're only mythic burst, but he tanked us so much more than I thought. I mean, that's a fine fight. You're kind of dying for your Abrams mistake, but like, it's not that bad. I'm gonna look at it more intact. Can you outrun the 7? I don't think 7, or not 7. Can you outrun him first? I don't think he used dash. Let's go forward for a kill. Infernus presses ults. Yeah. I mean, Infernus didn't use dash. I think he has it though, so he probably couldn't. No, he doesn't have dash. You could have gotten out of that. If the second he presses ult, you just start sliding away. He's not going to catch you if he doesn't have dash. Which, like, since I was doing the boxer, I didn't know his dash timer, but you probably should. And you should know his dash isn't coming online yet. And just try to slide away, because you're so fucking criminally fast as Vyper. But you have a staircase next to you. Probably could have survived that if you kited out. I do understand the thought process of the trade, and honestly, I'm surprised your Venom didn't chunk him for more. Okay, now he's just dead. What is this guy doing? But like, it is, you know, it is always, especially when you gotta remember when you're ahead, well, okay, excluding wave state, when you're ahead, a trade in the lane is worse for you because they get more souls because of comeback souls. Again, excluding wave state, there's like a whole different thing, which I'll go more into in like Phantom or Ascendant reviews, like good deaths, bad deaths, and that whole concept. With like trading when wave state is there, or dying intentionally because your wave is hard shoved, although that we haven't really seen come into fruition in what's it called, in Deadlock, and we've seen it much more in other MOBAs. People like the Baus who really like to die a lot because it's faster resets, and if you die at the right time and you have good wave management, you dying a lot is actually positive for you. But that is like a very high-low concept. But the point is, in general, just think of trading. Like, unless you have hard shoved a wave or something, then you know, like, they're going to miss a ton of minions. In general, if you're ahead, trading is bad for you. I wouldn't even waste my ult there. Abrams wasn't in that. You were both out. Yeah, you're going to die now. I would not go in on this guy. It's crazy you're allowed to do that much. Because it's insane this Infernus didn't kill you for that. You should not go in on that 7, though. That 7 should press stun on you and start shooting you, and Infernus should shoot you from behind. I think this is pretty clearly a duo queue lobby where the 7 is duo queuing with the Infernus, because the Infernus seems pretty competent, and the 7 seems very lost. Okay. Fortitude rush, yeah. We actually have an angle there. Yeah, I mean, perfect farming, so you don't lose your fortitude. Like, as long as you don't get shot now, you'll be in such a good spot. Fortitude starts ticking. I would not push up. You're risking so much right now. Just treat it like you have healing right up right now. If they shoot you once, you're going to lose your 3% reach on a second, which would be so rough. Or even a minion shot, yeah, now you lose it. Or not? Did they change Fortitude? Wait, did they make Fortitude actually? Oh, they probably did change it after the nerf, so it isn't affected by minions. I literally just haven't built it. I guess also I don't play gun characters because I respect myself, but like, no. Interesting to see they changed it so it's not stopped by minions. Is it? I can't tell. It looks like it is. I wish I could see the actual proc. Okay. I mean, one like glaring flaw I'm noticing is that we're like hard winning in the lane kills wise, but we haven't. I mean, we farmed what, the small camp, and we did their subway. Like, there's so many more boxes that are unfarmed on our side of the map, and there's so many more camps that are unfarmed on our side of the map. Like, what you should do when you have a lead like this, where you can always get wave prio, but you can't get like kills on them. You don't have like an insane lead, or you're on a calico where you can just perma-dive them. Is you should just abuse farm. Like, hard shove wave in, go do farm. Hard shove wave in, go do farm, and you'll just slowly keep extending that lead. This is also very dangerous fight. Yeah. Them walking in like this is concerning. I would expect a gank. He meleeed into that, okay. You should be able to slide out of this. It was a good try. I'm glad you tried to get out of it that time. You're also abusing mantle slides, which is really good. If you don't know what a mantle slide is, basically whenever you mantle, if you just hold control, you slide for a bit. It's really, really good for movement. And really, really good for Vyper. Bit off topic, but Geist players are so predictable. I once ulted a Geist as a Dynamo, and all I do to survive was Dynamo teleport. Yeah. Yeah, Geist players, that's why, like, counter spell shouldn't be as good as it is against Geist, but it's so good against Geist because every Geist behaves in the same way, where they will just run away until they're below 20% HP, and then they will run at you. And if you just press counter spell when they're in range, you get a free, like, kill. Or if you're a Bebop, I've seen a lot of good Bebops, because Bebop is one of the characters that likes to build counterspell. I've seen a lot of good Bebops like hook Geist in and then immediately counterspell, because it's so common for Geist to just insta-ult when they get Bebop hooked. I'm surprised. I'm curious where well, we'll see. What are we maxing? We've put 2 points into Venom. But I guess, I don't know, I feel like you might want a little more spirit damage, a little more spirit items. Well, that's just, I mean, to be fair, like, I'm speaking of personal preference. Oh, they're actually just giving this. Because I find Venom so, I mean, strong is an understatement. Okay, they just both waste their ults, cool. Now we just go farm. Surely we just go, like, do all our jungle on this side of the map. Box or subway is not awful. Okay. You're looking for a gank, but there isn't anything here. I guess are you switching with your guys? You just want to steal this wave. There's 3 people in this lane. This is bad. You should not have come over here. Because now your guys is having to defend against 2, and you're splitting this wave with 3 people. You need to be helping your guys. Also, let me actually write down notes. I forgot. Lane, boxes, and camps. Okay. It'd be weird to get in that habit. I always feel like, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad you're getting tower, but you did lose your mid tower for this. Well, if you had been at mid, the 7 in Infernus would have 100% just pushed up, taken a bad fight, and died again for the 90th time. How's that Lash got both of them? They were not in range there. One thing I'm noticing is, I mean, obviously it's pretty hard to track in this type of situation. But your aim is very, like, in laning stage you were hitting a ton of headshots, and now you're kind of like aiming for the feet a lot. Obviously with Lash he's like bouncing around a lot, but even in general I feel like your aim is just not, I mean, there you go, on 7 you're on his head. I feel like you're looking at the feet a lot though. Yeah, Lash is the easiest to counter spell. Good ults. That was bad movement. Surprised you lived that. Okay. You need to have your decision before you turn that corner, though. Because you kind of waffled in your decision process, which should have gotten you killed. Like, I mean, obviously I don't know what was going through your head. But I'm pretty sure you wanted to go, there's like 3 routes out. Which is, 1, you go through Veil, which I mean, it's a coin flip if you live. If he just throws random bullets through Veil and gets his reignite, you die. 2, you route like this, which I think is the best routing. And then 3, you go up zip, which you probably die. But you kind of like started going this way, and then you wrapped around and went up here, which is really, really bad, because it wastes like a solid second and gives him a second to catch up. I'm guilty of this too, but when you're running away, you need to be like thinking ahead. Like when you're coming out this way, you need to be thinking like, where's my route out? Before you're at this point, you need to be thinking that you want to go over here, because you should be hard holding this corner and then get up like that, instead of wasting the extra second looping around. It's just you want to get in the habit of always thinking like 2 seconds ahead of where you are for routing out, because those very, very small like turns and very small like just decisions, or like lack of a decision, can really mess you up. How's it going, Wolf? Yeah, they don't like you, Wolf. You haven't won a raffle in a long time, have you? Yeah. I'm glad we're farming all our centers. Feels great to have all these buffs on Vyper. Yeah. We should definitely go for that survival buff. We can greed one more wave if we really want, which is kind of a consequence of our elo. Oh yeah, is he really gonna chase? You probably have to ult, right? Yeah. Oh, that was really bad. You just died. I'm pretty sure you die for that because you just used 3 stamina bars as Vyper. Oh no, you live. I mean, good movement with the wall bounces, but like instead of grading that wave, you should have gotten the survival buff. And then also with that movement, you just used like using 3 stam like that on a normal character is fine because it's burst movement, but on Vyper, wow, they let you get survival buff. That's crazy. You're losing 3 like whatever it's called. You're losing 3 like stamina bars, which is 3 slides, which is so much more movement than a normal character. And you always need to be sitting on like 2, when you're running away, you always need to be sitting on like 2 stamina bars there. Like if you're doing burst movement like that, you have to be full stam or close to it. We shouldn't melee there. There's no reason. Hibiscus is alive. Okay. Surprised you're clinging to burst as your only AP. Or your only spirit damage. I feel like Vyper just if you just get like, I don't know. Vyper just benefits so much from small, like a couple of small smeared items. Like even something as simple as like disarming hex would be pretty decent in this game. It doesn't give that much spirit power, but it gives the investment bonus. And it gives value. Not like, I mean obviously they don't have any like, okay, Ivy's building gun. Like obviously it's good into 3 of their carries, which is not bad at all. Although they kind of all are also all our carries besides Para, who's building carry instead of support. Flashlight to shoot barrier. Oh, Ivy ult. No, not Ivy ult. Rescue beam maybe? Yeah, rescue beam, that's why. Okay, well it's fine for you to abandon that lash because you didn't know they have rescue beam, but now you need to be cognizant of the rescue beam. You need to always be ready. Small pathing thing. I think if we cling to the right or clung to the right, we might have been able to make it out. You just like in that situation, your thought process should just be put a wall in between you and the Ivy as quickly as possible. Because she's not really able to chase. And I cut you off. Yeah, like I said, L. Oh, you only know I always say the same thing when you say that's an Atwolf. Skill issue. Okay. No, not that. I don't remember what I was saying, but I said something. It's too long ago at this point. I should play Vyper again. She's so easy to play. Yeah, I mean, if you have a decent aim, then yeah, she just does such an insane amount. Like, if you have a type of aim where you can track while you're zooming around in circles, she's just so fucking like this. But if you don't, you just play Wraith. And then you don't even need to be able to aim or slide. Okay. For when I said I didn't have a game for you to review. Oh, I see. I don't think I replied to that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now you're gonna have to watch the whole YouTube video, Wolf. Because this is gonna be a YouTube video. You're gonna have to watch the entire thing. That's the only way you'll know. I better see a comment. I risked like 5 comments. No? Oh my, he hates me. Getting demoted. Demodded immediately. We should be sliding for this Guardian Sage. There's no, like, you just, I don't, like, you're tracking people fairly well, so I don't know why you're not sliding for Guardians. Like, sometimes, I played Vyper maybe, like, 6 games, and I don't slide for Guardians, but that's because I can't aim for the life of me. But you have, like, I mean, you have good aim. And you're, like, I don't know why you're not sliding on Guardians. It just ups your DPS. And you hate me too mid? Yeah, but, like, that's, like, chill. I'm, like, chill like that. Have a good one, Ryan. Back to Terraria for you. I noticed a lot of our ults are defensive, which is not bad, but I feel like it is a like a consequence of mispositioning. Casual hating? No, it's competitive. Do we have to buy Spellbreaker for Lash? I think we do. With how much we're getting jumped by Lash, I think it might be a Spellbreaker angle. It's good into Lash, good into Paradox. Yeah, I mean, it completely shuts down Paradox and helps a lot against Lash. I would definitely buy Spellbreaker here. I mean, I'm assuming she's doing Express Shot. Yeah. How about we both redirect our hate towards Swento and become best friends? Yeah, I'm down for that. Are we grabbing Urn? Yeah, I'm glad we don't with 2 people dead. Although you honestly maybe, well, again, it's kind of an Oracle lobby moment. But like, the correct play in that situation when they kill 2 is to grab Urn and hold it in your base. So that way they don't run it. But also, kind of with an Oracle moment, it's like, are they really going to run Urn? As we can see, no. And you picking up Urn just kind of reminds them it's there. But what is the like textbook correct play is to pick up Urn and hold it in your base so they can't run it. Also, you probably shouldn't just run at them like that. As kill hungry as you are, it's I don't think you have. Maybe when you have your Venom maxed, you could run at them like that. But without like 4 Venoms, you aren't gonna win that. I'm down for the Swento's haters club. Big. Big. I don't even think he's in chat. He hates me. Why is this Shiv mad at the para? I feel like the Shiv is one of the type of people who just perma ARAM, and then this Paradox is actually playing well and splitting and not perma ARAMing, and he's upset for it. I see these people so often who just fundamentally don't understand a MOBA, and it's so fucking annoying. That's why, okay, unironically, I think Oracle is my least favorite rank to play in, and I think the worst rank to play in, because it's the elo where people develop an ego, and they think they know how to play the game when they really don't. Well, not everyone, but Oracle is the last rank where you can be hard carried by micro. You can't make it to Phantom just off micro. So there's so many players like, again, I mean, Shiv is catching strays. Maybe he's right. I don't think he is. Just judging by the inkling I have glimpsed. Like these players like these Shiv, who are hard carried by their micro, who think they understand the game, and who think they're good because they're Oracle, but they really aren't, like, at all. And it is, like, actually, I think the most infuriating rank to play in. And if you're in Oracle, abuse the mute button. Actually abuse the mute button. Yeah, we won't rain in the club. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that would be a Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker would help for that. Also, our routing with Urn is really bad. We shouldn't just be grabbing Urn and going through mid. Especially when they are Walkers 1, so they're, like, fairly likely going to be at least somewhere around here. Does he not die? Okay, thank God. We should be routing much more safe with Urn. There's no reason to route risky like that. Yeah, God. We get our free little farm, yeah, finish the camp. Have a good time. Have we used Cultist this game? I guess we bought it fairly recently. Oh yeah, well I mean we used it 3 times. I don't really know if you're getting the value out of Cultist if you're buying it this... I mean obviously it's boon scaling with the buff now. But it is... You're definitely losing a lot of like value from buying it this late and only using it 3 times. Because what, you're getting an extra... And we can look at soul stats, but you're probably only getting an extra like 600, 700 souls if you're using it 3 times. Maybe more. But you're not getting more than $1,000. Like, it doesn't really feel like you're getting the value from it, even with the buff. Obviously, Cultist is now better in the mid to late game, now that it scales with boons. However, it is still an item you want to buy earlier if you're buying because of the financial rewards. We need more channel point rewards? Yeah, I don't have any more channel point rewards. I don't know anymore. At some point, I want to add, like, Viscous lines or something, but I don't know. Also, with the consequence of coaching, I can't do, like, TTS or stuff because I got to keep it professional. You just made your outro, Swinto? Didn't I make... Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm proud of you. Also, we should really be at this fight. I mean, we could also split base guardians. Wait, I want to look at this more. Sorry, I was distracted by Swinto. Wait, 1, 2, 3. This might be a base guardian splitting. I'm curious how many were showing when you decided to turn around. 1, 2... No, I know you mean just made it properly, like I suggested 2 weeks ago. They're showing 3. You push this wave. All off map only showing 3. Yeah, the correct call is to turn around. Yeah, they haven't fought yet. Correct call is to stay on zip, though. I don't know why we're routing like this. You need to be boosting back to this or splitting base guardians. This is really troll. I think the correct call is to boost back because they're only showing 3. It's, I mean, fairly likely that they would have 1. Or posture up to defend their base guardians. Or they wouldn't really be here in full force. I'm sorry? Where did he just go? Maybe he was low and it was a replay glitch. You weren't hitting headshots, it was probably just a replay glitch. Again, you're behind their old backline. You should probably petrify one of them so your team can catch up. Yeah, you did go Ivy. Like, if Burnus gets away, I think you need to petrify one, focus the other, and then your holiday gets there. Because the amount of easy, like, you are trying to play time there and split them up into a 1v1s, which the ult is best for. I've been flirted with before in so many Deadlock games for some reason. I mean, you have a nice voice. No one ever hits on me in Deadlock. Probably because I don't call them and have them all muted, but, you know, it's very sad. Okay. Also, do you mean actually flirted with in Deadlock, or just like 80 guys? Like, you know, the best way, obviously. But, please reslide. We're kind of just wasting our, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Wasting our time with these reloads. Like, you should just be redashing and resliding. Like, you know, you slide once to your first circle, slide back to your second half circle. That way you don't have to reload. Also, we don't have QSR on our screwdriver, which is pretty, or not a screwdriver. Wait, it's called a screwdriver dagger, right? Screw jab dagger. Okay, I was pretty close. But we don't have a QSR on our dagger, which is pretty bad. I feel like Vyper just needs QSR on the dagger because it makes it so you literally never have to reload, and it gives so much value. Wow, you actually 100 to 0. She missed that? I respect running away. You are a weak side. But yeah, there's Ivy. You kind of do need to, like, I mean... She's gonna stone form the Venom. Yeah, you shouldn't walk near her. Okay, few things there. You're gonna die, right? Please reslide. I actually live. Few things there. First off, if you're gonna run away from that fight, you need to actually run away from that fight. We're not re-adding Hydrate. You tried to drown me last time I had Hydrate. And then secondly, when you put Venom on the Ivy, she's always gonna stone form. So you don't want to be near her after you put Venom on her. You want to try to space. You want to space her stone form because literally every time you put Venom on the Ivy, she's going to stone form. It's hyper predictable. Should she stone form there because she is 80% HP and Venom really isn't going to do that much? No. Will she stone form? 100%. And especially if you go in the stun range of the stone form, there's no reason for her not to. So you want to step away from that because you're just giving her a free stone form with double the value of a standard stone form. Okay. No. We're not bringing back Hydrate. I've learned my lesson. Yeah, TPing for Earn. Your team's kind of looking like they want to give. Oh yeah, you should not fight. Not realize you're down too. Is melee Ivy still viable? Not really. They nerfed her melee damage into the ground, like her base melee damage. Docker always complains about that. But it's... So she's not really that viable anymore. You can greed one wave, you can't Siege Walker. Actually, they're showing 3. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, your Abram's dying for that. Actually, you can now. No, your wave is just so far. I back off at this point. If wave was closer, you could look for it, but they're definitely coming back. And they've only shown 3 on map. Yeah, you back off. Okay. This is a little risky routing. For that reason. But yeah. Yeah, for that reason. If you path better, you could live. Your pathing's really, really bad. You should be routing to... Like, the best spot for outplays and jukes is mid-boss arena. Especially because you're Vyper, you've, like, perma-sliding. But you should 100% be routing to this mid-boss arena. And then, I don't know, there's so many outplay potentials. If you know how to do this jump, you can do this jump. If you know, which I actually can't even consistently do this jump. I'm just trusting Docker that it's real, because I've not seen someone do it either. But you can come down here, you have like a couple options for jukes. Easiest one is you just slide in this veil, go up the rope and pray. Second, like, quirkiest one is you slide down here and you just crouch in this corner and hope that they think you slid down the rope. You want to make sure you stop your slide right here though, because you don't want them to see the trail leading to you. And then the third one is you get really quirky. You try to come back here or you try to hide in here. And then routing back here is just kind of troll. But you could do it. Actually, it's not that bad because you're Vyper. I think actually, particularly on Vyper, it's not that troll route up here since you can slide up the stairs and they can't. Maybe you should actually try to path all the way over here. Maybe that is your best route out. But just routing backwards is going to guarantee your death, especially into a lash. You're just giving him all this open space to ground strike you. I don't know. Bring back Gamba? Yeah, I mean, when I play, I do Gamba. But I haven't really played, I haven't really played the game on stream recently. Because I'm just busy, like, perma-coaching. We're back in the coaching lockdown arc. I mean, if you guys want something you can bet on when I'm coaching, then, like, I'm down for that. But I don't even know what you would bet on. I know E-Ball used to do, like, how many times I would stutter and stuff. So you could do that, but a mod would need to do that. Because I obviously can't know the bets. Let's see. Well, if you know what to do to him. Or this is, yeah, we didn't know when to slide forward there. We could have gotten a lot more punish for that, especially with para ults online. I'm very shocked you didn't just get para ulted. Yep, thank you. I wish, okay, well, we all know what happened. I appreciate it. 600 seconds is a good amount. No, that's fine. You can leave 600 seconds. Extra 0. That's fine. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, okay. Very overly aggressive. 1, 2. Can we get a dog cam? If a dog's ever in my room, you'll see him on my bed. But he doesn't hang out with me when I'm streaming. I don't really know why, but he's also a pain in the ass. So he would like interrupt my streams constantly, him wanting to leave and come back. Okay, I mean, yeah, good petrify. I'm trying to think. You just slide in for no reason. Yeah, I mean, you're down 2. You should just not be sliding in here. Especially, yeah. I mean, the most egregious issue, I think, this game is not buying Spellbreaker. Like, there's so many deaths you gave where if you just had Spellbreaker, you would live. This para build is very, very strong, but the reason it's allowed to be in the game is because if you just buy Spellbreaker, she is useless. Like, entirely, well, against you, obviously, but entirely useless against you. She doesn't do anything to you. Also, you obviously neuter Lash if you have Spellbreaker. It would help against this 7 as well. Not like anything crazy, but debuff resistance and spirit resistance. I mean, you know, again, debuff resistance, spirit resistance. He's not doing that much spirit, but debuff resistance a tiny bit for like toxic bullets and such. And then debuff resistance, spirit resistance. You kind of just needed Spellbreaker this game. They knock patron? Yeah, they have. This should be game. Or not. I don't know why they're not staying the end. They have rejuve, and the majority of them are healthy, and they're up to, but alright, I guess they can leave. Okay. Why are they not running Urn? What? Why is the Shiv going to the other lane with Urn? What is happening? It's interesting. We called us a minion for the buff, I like that. He really loves just getting hit by air ult, doesn't he? I don't know how he doesn't learn his lesson and buy unstop. But I guess this is also, again, the elo where people don't actually... Well, you are just begging to get shot off that zip. You not get Venom on Infernus? Oh, that sucks. Oh, no, you did. Oh, no, that's Humana. Again, you're sliding too aggressively. You get a lot more punished for that. Like, you should slide here and then stop. Going, like, anywhere further is just so aggressively. For no, like, it's just what happened to you with the 7. I think you're really not respecting, you need to work on your spacing. Like, that's something I would definitely say needs work. You're not respecting at all how much burst and how much, like, catch the enemy has. With, like, as long as Peril, like, in general, but especially as long as Peril is online, you just have to be so afraid of, how is Urn not catch? They had it for 40 seconds with 2 of you dead. Okay, not gonna ask questions. Oh, because the Shiv's actively inting, that's why. Never mind. Never mind, I just realized that's why. Because he's been typing about how he wants you guys to win, so he is actively inting, that's why. Okay. Yeah. Now we buy Spellbreak, surely. Surely we sell Mythic Burst and buy Spellbreak, right? We definitely sell Mythic Burst. Oh, we did buy Spellbreak, but we didn't sell Mythic Burst for some reason. What did we sell? I think we sold whatever was here, but I don't know what was here. We sell... I don't think we sell opening rounds. That's so much damage. I would definitely sell Mythic Burst. And you can use your next flex on Spirit if you want to gain that back. Because you're not upgrading the Tank Buster. Unless you're like hard trolling, you're not upgrading the Tank Buster. So like, it's... I don't know. What? These guys are still typing. Let's see. I mean, he is admitting to intech. That's good. Hopefully the Shiv gets... man, I wish Valve was more potent with the bans. There are way too many people that are just allowed to like grief and say shit that they should not be allowed to. This is way too aggressive. Don't walk back up, please. You don't want to take a fight like this. There's no reason for you guys to take this fight. Just take a fight in your base. They're pushing into your base. A fight in your base is so much more favorable for you. Also, we should have ulted that Lash. Press ult. Does he on stop? Okay, he does not. A fight for you in your base is so much more favorable. And yeah, you just kind of threw by taking that fight outside. There's absolutely no reason to take a fight there. They are pushing into your base. Oh god. Yeah, I mean that was pretty rough. We definitely surely Lash dies, right? We definitely just lost from that pushing out of base for no reason. Like, you can't control your teammates, but you were also, like, the most aggressive looking for that loop around on the flank, which obviously you want to get on the back line, but not like that, and not in that situation where the fight's just extremely negative. Yeah, Spellbreak saved your life, perfect. You come up with a channel point rewards, Wolf, you're a mod, do something. Yeah, I'm just letting him end. I would pad damage stats right now. You want to have a better screenshot, so you should just shoot them from the base. Have a good one, Rain. Yeah, I'm doing coach it, man. I'm fine with no channel points. Para really did the most damage on their team. I'm surprised. Wonder why Shiv was so tilted at her. What even happened? Anyway. Wrote down a couple notes I need to add. Two more. Which was spacing and what was the other one? Overextending, I guess. Just in general, fights. Bad. Okay. So, as far as your notes, early game, lane and box more. Camps and boxes more. Push your advantage. You really didn't push that advantage as much as you should have been. If you have kill potential on them under tower, either because you're super fed or you have a calico, you can continue to just kind of brute force poke them down under tower. But if you don't, you just shove and wave. You go to a camp, you go to a box route, you come back, shove and wave, go to a camp, go to a box route. And that way you're like perpetually extending your lead and really, really pushing that advantage. Or, well, there's no or. That's just what you should do. I mean, I guess you could also gank, but that's much, like, it has to be, no, on Vyper, you're not really going to be looking for ganks in that situation. You want to just keep shoving in that wave and playing simple. Ooh. Wow, your team had no objective damage besides you, damn. I guess Viscous did a little. And then next, in the middle / late game, your spacing needed a lot of work. Just spacing, like, in general, you were just sliding way too deep when you need to be playing around your spawn, and spacing more around your, like, not getting super close to, I mean, really well, obviously you want to be close to them, but, like, not getting close to an Ivy with Venom on her, because you know she's going to stone form, not sliding deeper, not sliding on a deep fight into a 7 in your base, not sliding, like, towards a Paradox. And then next, I would say, which kind of goes hand in hand with this, which is overextending. You just kind of got caught out a lot. for just in general overextending, which was a little rough. And then like, I mean, again, kind of goes hand in hand with the spacing thing, but it was even that it was even less spacing and more just like macro wise of you being kind of pushed up, and then, you know, Lash would appear one shot, you can be pushed up alone. Lash would come there, or trying to like flank their team, but then their team would just kind of collapse on you. Like, flanking isn't bad if it's a full committed team fight, but you would also come and flank them in like a fight that was already pretty negative, which definitely could use some work. And then lastly, just general fight taking. You took quite a few fights, like especially that last one, where just in the end game, in that situation where your patron's knocked, you need to take a fight in your base, because a fight in your base is just so much better for you. Because first off, you know, you have your fountain heal. Second off, the geometry is just more favorable for you with like the like choke points and high rises, much more favorable for you. And you have like 7 in by unstop, and you have like Bola, so it's not really that scary if he presses ult. Like, it's just so much better for you to take a fight in your base. And there's also more fights like that where, again, you'd be down like a player or two, and then you would choose to go in and take the fight, which was just not good at all. But yeah, those are the biggest notes if you're watching YouTube. Hope you enjoyed. Keep it real. This one was less focused, but it was fine. Still think it was a good review. It will still make the cut for YouTube. See you in the next one.